Before we talk about the rainforest of Costa Rica, let's first talk about Costa Rica itself, like the geography, the geology, and the history of this very small Central American country. First of all, Costa Rica is located between 8 degrees and 11 degrees north of the equator, which puts it very close to the equator. In contrast to New York State, we're between 41 degrees and 45 degrees north. So they're extremely close to the equator. They're right there. My finger takes up the whole country on this map. Costa Rica is about as big as West Virginia, land-wise, and it has the population of around 3 million people. That would compare to the population of Colorado. This is a map of Costa Rica, the country, and notice it's wedged in between two countries, Nicaragua in the north and Panama in the south. Both countries have been on the news in the last 10 years. We invaded Panama, had a very militaristic government, and also Nicaragua had a very militaristic government. Most amazing thing about this is Costa Rica has no army. It's only national police, that's it. But they're fiercely independent people. Costa Rica was one of the oldest democracies in Central and South America. Right around 1870, 1890 is when they had their first elections, and they have had presidents all the way up. And in 1948, the people that were in charge of the country didn't want to leave, and they had a revolution to get back to democracy. That was in 1948. Now, let's talk a little bit about the geography of this country. This country sits on 3 plates, and for you earth science people, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. The Caribbean plate comes in, the Cocoa plate comes up, and the North American plate comes in. So this is actually a boundary for 3 plates, and where you have the boundary for any plates, you have a tremendous amount of seismic activity, and that's exactly what is going on in Costa Rica. Costa Rica has 10 volcanoes, which makes up the backbone of the country. It goes all the way down through the country. Costa Rica is called the Switzerland of Central America. Its highest peaks are 12,500 feet. Those peaks are over 3 times higher than any peak we have in New York State. They're comparable to the Colorado Rockies. They have one volcano in particular that we are going to go visit. It's one of the most active volcanoes in the world. It's located right here, and it's called Arenal. It's a very active volcano, and it's killed quite a few people over the past years. Costa Rica also has had a very bad earthquake 2 years ago in April. And it was 7.4 on the Richter scale. It was stronger than the earthquake in Mexico in '89, and it was stronger than the earthquake in California. It mostly affected this area over here, the East Coast. An amazing thing that it did, it raised the land over 4 feet. And what happened to the bays and harbors on the East Coast is it raised the bottom of the ocean up 4 feet, and it exposed the coral. The coral died. They had to re-dredge their harbors. And the area that we will be visiting first into the jungle or the rainforest is located right here near a town called Siqueiros. This is one of the most hard-hit spots for the earthquake right here.
Right now we're about 10,000 feet above the central plateau of Costa Rica. This plateau is where the majority of the Costa Ricans live. As you can see, the mountains in the background are quite high, about 8,000 feet. Their slopes are absolutely perfect for growing coffee. Coffee has to be grown at a rather high altitude. The city of San Jose is directly below us now, and you're probably wondering why we picked Costa Rica to go visit the rainforests. Well, there are rainforests in other places, such as the main one, the Amazon jungle, but the Amazon jungle is huge. and it's very difficult to get around. You have to go by boat most of the places. Here, the roads they're fairly good, and you can visit several different types of rainforest all in one day if you want. You can actually go on top of the mountain and see the Atlantic Ocean on one side and the Pacific on the other side. The other reason we picked Costa Rica is because my roommate from college, he lives here. His great-grandfather was president of Costa Rica, and his father helped to start a revolution to throw out the people that would not get out of power when they were voted out. So those are the two main reasons we picked Costa Rica. So why don't you just sit back and watch the film. What you are experiencing now is a typical morning in the rainforest, and this particular area of the rainforest is called El Tigre. El Tigre is privately owned. It's owned by my roommate Alvaro. And to tell you a little bit more about the area called El Tigre, here's my roommate.
Here's the philosophic part, okay? It says private property. It's not private property. We're not land owners. We're land keepers. So we believe this is to get away the illegal bombing, the dynamite in the rivers. We'll be able to fish. So we just tell them not to mess around with us. And if something happened, we have means to get either the law or something else on top of the people that does that. So it's kind of a message to everybody that comes in here, and that's about it. Here we believe that all the beings in this planet should know how to interrelate or survive together. Illegal hunting and fishing is prohibited. El Tigre. The thing that I was going to tell you is that
Rainforests occupy a thin band around the equator of the Earth. There are no frosts. The average temperature is 75 degrees or higher, and the average annual rainfall is in excess of 80 inches. Rainforests now cover only 5% of the Earth's surface and the home of over half the Earth's plants and animals. Rainforests are known as the lungs of the Earth. They produce year-round oxygen and dissipate carbon dioxide, which helps to diminish the greenhouse effect. Rainforests have existed for 65 million years. 70% of the 3,000 plant species known to have anti-cancer properties originated in the rainforest. 93% of the current prescription drugs were derived from the rainforest. And only 1% of the rainforest plants have been tested for medical value. The rainforest also provides food. Bananas, cashews, chocolate, cinnamon, coconut, coffee, vanilla, and hundreds of fruit. Most importantly, biodiversity parks have been created in many countries. Costa Rica now has 12% of its rainforest protected under such a program. Coffee is the #1 export and bananas the #2 export of Costa Rica. But the #3 industry has now become ecotourism. Ecotourism draws tourists to the rainforest for the purpose of experiencing the beauty firsthand. A reason to preserve the rainforest for future generations, for the pristine beauty, and also to save the earth. Save the rainforest, and you'll save the earth. Rainforest canopy holds unknown species of plants, insects, and animals. With the deforestation, combined species are disappearing at a rate of 270 per day. The rainforest shrinking because they exist in underdeveloped countries that must turn to their natural resources for funds. Lumber mills have become more efficient, and the method of selective cutting should save unwanted trees. But it's easier for large corporations to bulldoze an acre of rainforest for the 20 possible valuable trees that each acre provides. Rainforests are destroyed also in the name of progress. Hydroelectric plants turn rainforest into inland lakes. The most common reason for deforestation is by poor families cutting away at the edge of the rainforest for crops and cattle grazing. The rainforest soil is so poor that it only sustains crops and grass for 1 to 2 years. So the cycle continues. More rainforest must be cut down to provide fresh land. Costa Rica 10 years ago was clearing rainforest at a rate of 7.5% a year. At that rate, in 8 years, all of Costa Rica's rainforest would have been gone. 50,000 acres per minute are being destroyed around the world. That's more than 1 football field per second of rainforest being destroyed. Once the biodiversity of an unknown plant or animal species is destroyed, it cannot be brought back. There are unknown diseases and unknown cures that the rainforest might be able to provide. But once something is extinct, it's gone forever. One foresighted individual, Alvaro Gonzalez, has created a working model of sustainable development. A leader in preserving the rainforest of Costa Rica, he has a plan, privatizing the rainforest and creating small gardens to grow needed supplements. We'll let you hear it from him.
This is the garden, the vegetable garden we have talked about. Mainly the soil here is it's really bad and rough, really compact soil. It's a traditional, typical rainforest soil, which has no air intake inside. You know, it's very, very rigid and muddy type thing. So what we have done in the last 9 months is get this parcel and try to make it organically grown. Come on this way. And we have been planting different type of beans and corn and even sunflowers, and incorporate them in the soil. So the soil is much more separated and richer. Okay, so you can see some of the how do you call it, peels of
the rice and charcoal.
We also have some charcoal in it, and we have this this special box in which it's over there, in which we call it a composter. And what we do is get some dirt, some bush, and also the peel of rice, charcoal, and whatever comes about, and just mix it. And the mixing, take a look at it. The mixing is done once every week or so. These bamboo shoots is to give it air from the bottom to the top, so it doesn't solidify in the middle. So we're going to use this soil whenever it's ready. That should be ready in the next month or so. Just put it back into the main crops. And the crops are divided. They have their own letter sign for them. So we have a little map, and we have it in computers. In the computer, what is being done to each little parcel, so you can actually judge how the soil is behaving. Okay, now in the summertime, we got the same water from the house. We got it here through gravity. And see how it works, man. It's maybe a 5 to 10 meter drop. You can see it has a real nice pressure to it. So this is irrigated during the summertime. Javier here is the one that takes care of all the projects. We come in every week or so, and we just check on things. And we have this other guy that is a specialist on organic growing that comes with me every 2 weeks to check on how things are and to get statistics. That's another interesting thing that we have. Ahí queda un poco de madera abajo, todavía no. Ahí no. Sí. Let me show it to you.
Pineapple. These would be pineapple trees.
Yeah, they're little bushes, you know. They just come out of there. It's big fruit like so. But it's 1, maybe 2 fruits per plant.
Huh.
That's for our consumption here in the house. But they should be ready in 3 meses. Estarán listos los piñas. About 3-4 months, it should be ready to eat. If anything. This is how wet it is. Whoa, wet it is.
Oh, from the...
Yeah. Okay, I don't know how these ones come out, but there's the lighting. Maybe you think, how come we are we're so much into conservation and the house is all made out of wood? Well, what we do is, you see this log falling down here? This log of manu, that is a very, very hard wood. It's almost like iron. It's very hard to cut down and everything. So what we do in different parts of the mountain is to get these logs and to chop them up and set them up to dry. So we don't have to buy wood. So we supply our own wood for the house and for our needs, for cooking, etc., whatever is needed. And it's just one of our answers to quote unquote sustainable development program or project. Eventually, this wood is going to be wood for our homes in San Jose, so we won't buy wood over there also. So the demand of wood, we don't help increase demand in wood, pricing, more chopping down, etc. Here's an example of, maybe you can turn around this, you can see the soil. I don't know if you can focus it from here, how you get into the light here. It's just like very, very solid type thing, you know. So you cannot hardly grow anything from here. And that's why mainly rainforest land is just no good for cattle land or for agriculture or for anything. And that's why we're doing this. It's kind of trying to find out a way of telling a local person, listen, if you have a 10 by 10 square piece of land of really shitty, bad rainforest land, you can regenerate it with hopefully an organic way in 6 months and put it to work. And because, why organic? Because, well, economically speaking, everything is going to be the tomorrow thing to do. So that's kind of some of the things that we have working here. Okay. Okay, hazme eso. Álvaro, esta semana pienso incorporar esa carajada. ¿Está bien? And the herd, conservation herd, there's a new thing that is called sustainable development, and there's hardly any models on sustainable development. There's a lot of writing, there's a lot of how to do it, but there's hardly anybody that actually works the thing, okay? So we're trying to get involved, we're trying to privatize forests, because we think governmentally speaking, nothing's going to be done. Hopefully something would, but we don't think so. We think there's no comeback from that one. It's all too much politicians, too many politicians that they don't care. Too many people that they just go after the money and prestige and name, etc. So our idea is privatize the forests, and in order to privatize the forest, you have to offer something economically feasible. What we think they should be done is get the private enterprise involved and privatize forests, as I was saying, and if we can give an economical solution to it, it'll be great, because we'll say, okay, you guys, buy this land, buy 100 acres of forest, and you can make these things or these things in it and get some money out of it, at least the costs, you know, and get your employees down here, your executives down here, and you can actually, it won't be an economic weight for the company, okay? It'll be something feasible. So that's the main idea, you know. It should take us all this year to kind of finish up what we're doing, and then just offer it. If you guys want to do something in the rainforest, okay, here it is. Because so many people have come to me, just said, you know, why should I buy rainforest? What do I do in the rainforest? Or give me some idea what to do with it. I don't have it with me right now, but hopefully in a year we should. All right.
The beauty of the rainforest is breathtaking. Watching a morning sunrise is unexplainable. But there is more to ecotourism. The beauty of the trees almost defy description or even photographic attempts. The sounds, the taste, and the many varied activities abound.
guy's got to pull me up this time.
Can you take a picture of it now? I like the sound of the water flowing.
Yeah. The rivers of the Costa Rican Rain Forest are the purest and clearest whitewater rapids in the world. Presently, the dry season has lower water tables. But even in the dry season, the Pacuari River, which we have been watching, is one of the 6 best rafting and kayaking runs in the world. The ecotourist would also notice the beauty of the trees, the epiphytes, the umbrella trees, growing along the rivers of as the rainforests come to the very edge. They would be able to see bamboo growing, bananas in their natural state, and mother milk trees, the giants of the rainforest, sprouting vines and holding epiphytes, plants that grow and get their nourishment from the air and rain, taking nothing from the tree itself, related to the pineapples. Coming across a sugarcane press.
in the hole.
Water sports are a big attraction of the ecotourism of Costa Rica and the rainforest. You just saw river boarding, a new sport, and also whitewater rafting and kayaking has become a very popular sport and recreation in Costa Rica.
There are amazing things to see in the mountains surrounding Costa Rica, and here's one of them.
In the mountains. And one interesting feature about this is one stream comes on one side of the mountain, it's crystal clear, and then the other stream comes from the other side of the mountain, has tremendous amount of iron ore deposits, which makes the river rust colored. Pretty impressive.
Another great ecotourism attraction would be the fierce violence and power of nature. These, of course, would be the volcanoes that are prevalent in rainforest. Ecotourists can view the volcano action. They can take night walks. They can check the lava flows and experience the awesomeness of nature.
Beauty! Look at the bulwark. 9 seconds. Oh, nice one. Did you see the rocks coming out? Okay, that was the 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right?
Beautiful. Now, what's this? The one day?
One day orchid. I'm gonna do something, okay? There it goes.
Got it. Wow. Beautiful.
Got it? Lights off. 1, 2, go.
Give me some light concentration here.
Keep the lights right
Keep
there.
the light steady, okay, everybody?
Okay.
Okay,
Take the light.
go for it.
Fíjatelo. En inglés.
Okay. This is the lava from 5 months ago. And the last is April, the lava come down, pushing down. But I say 5 months ago because the lava stopped 5 months ago. But now, anyway, the lava to keep warm. When the rain coming, the steam coming out. And I think now on, the lava probably could be warm for 1 year more from now
Okay.
on.
And that deep, deeper is hotter, I guess.
Yeah, more deep and more hot. More hot, I'm sorry. And everything around here is hot.
Okay. It's all steamy.
Inside. And but 5 months ago I saw this lava. It's a red, complete red lava.
Really?
The big avalanche just burned the trees around here. And also they covered my trail. I used it before to go by horseback to the other side. It's the same trail when we came before.
Okay.
But anyway, this is warm. And after here we tried to climb up a little bit there, but this is a good trail.
This one?
And say no, other
okay.
way there. But this lava from 5 months ago. This is really true. Wow.
Correct?
Wow.
Putas.
It's impossible to keep more of 5 seconds in the hand.
Once you know what you're looking for, the sound. break into the chimney. The pressure. From the base of Arenal volcano, the Smithsonian Institute has an observation lodge, and the devastation can be viewed just a mile from the peak.
Look at that.
You get it? Is that
Yeah.
on rock coming down?
That's a good one. That'd been great at night.
Yeah.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, go! Oh, God.
Holy Toledo. Yeah!
Three, 2, 1, go! She goes!
Ruby!
Go! Uno! Go, baby! Oh, whoa! Anything for us?
I doubt it.
There's one crocodile.
So we have now traveled
coming
to
up,
the
there's two,
west coast of Costa
3,
Rica, and as you can see,
4,
there are a lot of
5,
crocodiles
6, 7,
underneath this bridge.
8, and the big one right there. Look at the size of that thing. Facing into the current. Huge. Look at that. Pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's a big boy.
So Greg, right there on the end of that, is that one in the water right there next to all that garbage?
Yeah.
See, they look just like a piece of driftwood.
That's a big boy right there, right below us. That's a big one, but look at this one.
Oh, right.
Is there one under the bridge?
Oh, there's a whole bunch. I'm sure there's some under the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't feel like leaning down too much. Young Eddie, and this is the same place Michelle and I stopped to hook up with Toka about 4 years ago. Beautiful place. There's
You said it
the...
was up on the top of the hill, about 10 miles back.
I thought so, but it's this one.
Yeah, this is a much nicer spot.
Amazing, all those macaws. There's some more turtle tracks. And they come up to here. They go around all this driftwood. And I don't know what that is right there, but somebody probably already got them. But it looks like the markings come up way up to here. And it looks maybe like this is where they... this is where she laid the eggs. I don't know what, if they may have gotten, somebody may have dug them out and put them in an incubator where they belong, and then they hatch and they bring them back to the ocean. Maybe somebody dug them out here. Somebody dug up some turtle eggs and ate them here. Here's the turtle prints. I don't know what kind of animal would have gone down. There's some more eggs down there. You can see them way down in there, right there. But an animal, some type of animal, came around and got these turtle eggs. Same thing here. Something dug up the damn eggs. There's some right there, and there's some right there. This turtle crawled all the way through all this trash. All the way through all this trash to lay its eggs. There's another egg over there. Right there. A bunch of turtle eggs. They look like golf balls. Cool. Come on, no, come on. This is another turtle nest, and obviously some animal got in here and ate them all. They're all around. Here we are, beach combing. We found the turtle eggs way down there. Third floor where the satellite dish is. Okay, that sign says don't touch the eggs. And this is how they have it set up. Each nest that they uncover out front, they bring the eggs in, and each quadrant is a nest of eggs. That's how they can tell how many turtles have come to this area.
Oh, ok, vamos a hacerlo.
Okay, yo voy a,
Oh, sí,
yo voy a ir
claro que
abajo.
sí. Ok.
Yo voy a ir aquí abajo entonces, Nicolás, yo voy a ir a ver cómo está ahí.
Ok, great.
¿No ¿Ustedes traen foco? ¿Linterna?
Sí,
no?
sí, sí, sí.
Ok.
Just take it.
Préstame ese.
¿Cómo se dice?
That's to count the huevos.
Tranquila.
Are you going to take them out or just count them?
No, it's...
Uno,
I should have brushed
Oh, I see at least 4, 5,
a whole bunch.
6.
There they come. Show the next one so I can show it to classes. Okay, so are they squishy or?
They're really, really soft.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like ping pong balls.
Ah, yeah, really, yeah.
Oh, here's something fun.
Oh yeah, look at them.
Can you get a good angle, Greg? Greg? This flashlight has a bad beam. It's a big dark spot.
Yeah. Cool. I'll see.
So there's 10 in here right now. Brett's gonna try. Lo que pasa es que no sabía dónde anotarlo en el libro.
¿La última dónde está?
So here's Eddie and Michelle, but Eddie and I have the record. 127 dropping right out into our hands.
Much easier ones are free. 30.
33.
Pinto con Mewel. Acerca los huevos. Yeah.
Gracias.
Yeah, perfect. Here we are again. There's the Costa Rican flag. Here's the beach where we collected almost 850 eggs last night. And that's where the little Sheikh Manuel sleeps in and guards the eggs. We're going to do it again tonight. And here's the rest. And that's what it looks like here. Hello, welcome, refuge of the Tortugas.